Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another NES stream after we took a bit of a break after Star Force, only to come back and play what literally looks like the sequel to Star Force, also made by Hudson Soft. Oh my gosh, here we go again. But as you can see just from the demo, which by the way, this game actually has a demo unlike Star Force, you get like a three-way shot in this game. That's what I was asking for, like the whole game through Star Force. So we'll see how we fare. Christian, Daniel, and Fennec, welcome. Hope you're all having great nights. Let me know if I sound okay. There was a whole microphone shenanigan that happened recently. But hopefully it should be good. And yeah, we're gonna play this for a bit tonight and see just what kind of progress we can make through what is going to be a shorter game than Star Force. Thank goodness. Not 24 levels this time. They've cut it back down to 16. So we'll see if that helps. And we'll see if there's a few other things that kind of help. I have played this game a bit. I messed around with it a bit because I really didn't know anything about it. Didn't know if I was going to stream it or not. But just from the hour or so I played, I already made it to level 9. So, you know, throw a three-way shot in there, throw a few other helpful mechanics in there, and maybe this one will be like way easier than Star Force. We have nothing to worry about. Or those last, 8 levels will take us 3 weeks. We really don't know. But Big Phil, good to see ya. Ma KCC, what's for dinner? Oh, man. Now, what was for dinner today? That's a great question. Oh, chicken burgers were for dinner tonight. Can't go wrong with a chicken burger. Christian, it is a total of 16 levels this one. So that's 8 less than Star Force had. So hopefully that means it takes significantly less amount of time to beat. But yeah, everyone, thanks for joining in tonight. Thanks, Fennec and Christian, for the sound confirmation there. Let's get ready to play. And again, I don't know how long we're going to play tonight. I don't think this is going to turn into one of those like 6 a.m. Star Force streams. Hey, maybe we'll get lucky and beat it in like 5 minutes, but I'm not gonna bank on that. But okay, let's pause that tune and let you listen to the game's great audio. Now let me know if that sounds good combined with my voice here. But yeah, that's what we're going to be playing tonight. We're going to be playing, essentially, more Star Force. Even the HUD at the top looks exactly like Star Force. You're saying an hour or so, Daniel? I don't know. I'm all worried now. Shmups scare me after the last one. Once again, both A and B shoot. But there's like a rhythm you have to have. It doesn't feel as nice as Star Force for whatever reason. And it's the same deal. Leaving enemies on screen prevents the next set from spawning. And there's also this weird gimmick now where like you go behind the background, but only sometimes. And I'm not sure why sometimes you do. And like other times you don't. But now there's also these S symbols, and picking those up power your ship up a bit. Like now we're a bit faster, and we shoot faster. Picking up another one, you start shooting from behind. Pick up another one, you're shooting in like 5 different directions. Plus you have a shield, which will protect you from like 4 projectile attacks. Plus, yeah, you get to shoot like this. That's a lot of protection. However, taking like a direct physical hit to an enemy does not matter if you have a shield. You are insta-dead. But see, like, sometimes you go in the background and sometimes you don't. Like, I just want to kind of hide in the background through the whole game. Like, see, now I'm in the background and I don't know why. Also, every once in a while this head shows up and, like, start shooting at you. But we all know the rule with this guy. You just kind of let him do his thing. And no other enemies spawn. And then, bada boom, bada bing, you're at the boss. So one interesting thing about Star Soldier versus Star Force is levels are a set length. It doesn't matter how much of the background junk you blow up. When you see those 2 eyes, it seems like the level ends after that. And that's it. So levels actually have like a beginning and an end at this point. And here's your boss in Star Soldier. I'm gonna call it probably Star Force like 40 times tonight, I swear. So a little more involved. Oh my gosh, and we're already so a little more involved than Star Force. But if you don't beat them quick enough, you get booted back. It's not like all the way back to the beginning of the level, but you have to like replay a bit of it. And obviously we don't really want to do that. So we're gonna have to pick up the pace. And again, I mentioned you can't shoot, like there's something that's kind of weird doing the A-B shooting that I did in the last game. Like I feel like if you press it too fast, the game can't handle it, and like it will cancel out some of your inputs. So that kind of messes me up. But yeah, so that was a good demo there of what happens if you're awful at the boss. And let's try and get back to that without any issues. I think I just took a hit. So yeah, if you take a hit while you have your shield, you don't die, but we kind of lost our 5-way shot there. And we can't get it back until a bit later. So here's those eyes again. And now we're gonna get the boss again. So the one weird thing about the 5-way shot is that because it only shoots 1 bullet forward, it's actually weaker in a way than when you shoot 2 bullets forward with like the lower shot. It's so strange, but that's what it looks like when you actually beat the boss. And then you warp to the next stage and you gotta do that 16 times and then you win. So interesting, right? Interesting. You can definitely feel the Star Force vibes here. Fierce Deity, it looks exactly like Star Force, right? Seems nicer so far, Fennec. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. That's only level 1. Christian, let's see what we got over in the other chat here. Yeah, 16 levels, hour or so. This one has some Galaga influence. Yeah, hello Jackson, welcome. And World Skipper, you'll cancel out the inputs. Fist shake. Yeah, exactly, right? So it's funny, I checked out the Japanese version of Star Force after we beat it, you know, the other day. And it's much more primitive. I think the NES version came out like 2 years later. And it's significantly improved. Much kind of like how Dragon Warrior that we got was like a definitive version of Dragon Quest 1 that they got over in Japan. And yeah, they made a lot of improvements, and one of those improvements is that the shooting feels way worse than that too. So since this was probably released, so these guys kind of chase you, but you know the drill. Also, these guys kind of surround you, and they'll shoot a bullet at some point. Oh, and then those guys sneak in from off screen. Doesn't matter if you have that shield, you're dead. And yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna have to get used to here tonight. Then we're back to being slower with like the more basic shot. Again, I haven't really figured out all the tricks with all these dudes yet. So like the blue guys follow you, and then when you shoot them enough times, they don't actually die. They kind of start, zigzagging at you. So no diamonds from what I've seen in this game yet, like the last time. The diamonds that kind of split at you. So I will definitely admit that this game seems nicer than Star Force so far. But who knows what it's going to look like later on. And then just like that, we've got 3 power-ups and we're back to doing the old 5-way again. Oh, see, but like those guys just appear out of nowhere. It's like, how do you prepare for that? But like always, we got to get it warmed up. And we'll see how things go. And of course, we're using that strategy again where you don't want the enemies to leave the screen, because then the next ones won't spawn. But what you really want to do is like try and get behind the background, which again, I don't really understand what decides if you go behind it or not. It seems like it's just very random. Like, see, now I'm behind the background. We can just kind of camp back here for as long as there is background for us to hide behind. And enemies won't hit us if they touch us. Bullets won't hurt us if they touch us. Like, I don't know to what degree that it actually counts as like hiding back there. See, like that's awesome. That's a great feature that was not in Star Force. It just seems a little bit inconsistent in like how it actually works. So yeah, we're back to the 5-way shot again for the boss. And that time I guess I was just a little bit quicker than the last time. There you go, 2 out of 16. So far so good. And like I said, with like minimal effort, I was able to get pretty much halfway through the game. So we'll see if we can improve on that. One thing I've definitely noticed about Star Force though, see, I'm doing it, Star Soldier, is the 1-ups are like non-existent. There is still the 50,000, the 200,000, and the 500,000 1-up. But otherwise, there's like no 1-up pickups. It's weird. Unless there's just something I'm doing wrong. But there you go, we just passed the 50,000. So we get a 1-up that way. So that's a little scary. At least in Star Force, we had some opportunity to build up a lot of extra lives, which would quickly be lost. But, at least we could. Also, if you pick up a power-up and you already have full power, it defeats all the enemies on the screen like that. Like, nothing ever really seems to come out of any of these blocks. And then, in this game... Oh, then you even get the rain as well. But it's a little more predictable, it feels like, in this one. And of course, with the 3-way shot, it's much easier to kind of defeat it as it's coming at you. But yeah, since it doesn't really matter how many blocks you defeat before the boss shows up, it doesn't feel like there's as much of an incentive to go after them in this game, unless maybe if you do defeat like a certain number of them, something finally does happen. But there you go. So I mean, I still got killed by the rain, and here comes the rain again. It feels like when you die, you get sent back a little bit in the level, and the enemy formations actually also go back a little bit. So, you know, we died to that rain, and then we still had to kind of fight it afterwards because the enemy kind of reset. It's weird how it all works. Alright, we're up to like 1 power-up before the 5-way again. Oh! We're getting used to it. We're getting used to it. So the trick is, you know, just like with any shmup, is get that 5-way shot and just like never lose it. But see how you can tell like where like the rain kind of nicely goes left to right on the screen and then back again? Oh, so you can see my speed like really improve after just picking up that guy. And right now I'm just holding B. This is holding B with 1 power-up. It's pretty fast. Now we can shoot from behind as well. And 1 more of those and we'll be on 5-way town. But yeah, 5-way shots, not something you see too often in shmups. And there you go. So again, like, can I like go behind the scenery? Yeah, now that we're behind the scenery. I mean, I was gonna say we don't have to worry about anything, but then we're kind of out of it here. And like, can we go back under it again? Well, the game didn't want us to. And then we're at the 3rd boss, 3rd Star Brain. It's the biggest brain you'll ever see. Except not really. Get ready for the next level. But yeah. So to anyone who watched like 40,000 hours of me playing Star Force, this definitely probably looks similar. It certainly feels similar with some nice improvements, but also some quirks here and there that, you know, dampen the experience a little bit compared to Star Force. I really enjoyed Star Force. I thought it was fun that, you know, there really wasn't much in the way of power-ups or anything. It was just like you versus the world, and I thought that was pretty cool. This I can appreciate though, you know, giving you a little bit of an upper hand from time to time. See, like that time I slipped behind the foreground, and it's like, okay, you know, I won't complain. Also, you get this, you know, big head guy attacking you again, which I kind of just let do his thing, because it's not like he gives you 1 billion points or something if you kill him. So I kind of just let him go until he's done. This reminds me of the bullets as well. You can see, you know, you get those ones that shoot quicker than others sometimes, just like in Star Force, where the bullets would switch between being fast and slow. No, see, I'm behind the background for like a whole 3 seconds. Now, it can be tricky going behind the background sometimes too, because you might get into a situation where you're like going to be like doomed when you eventually emerge. But see, like right now, this is great because I can just let all the enemies show up, do their thing. But see, this is one of those cases where it's like, gee, that was bad. That was bad being behind the scenery at that time, because the the enemies I had to fight when I came out weren't really suited for sudden emergence like that. And that's my first attempt of the night at Star Force, or no, Star Soldier. See, it's gonna get better. Star Soldier doesn't roll off the tongue like Star Force did, unfortunately, and it actually lists your high score on the title screen this time. That's how you know it's a sequel. Star Force 2.0, Daniel, exactly. Monter and Sharp, the old school gamer, one of your favorite NES games you played 24/7, Monter and Sharp. That's a lot of playing Star Force. This is Star Farce, says Big Phil. I like it. But hey, you know, I'm having a good time, so I'm not complaining. Star Soldier and the game Star Forces are actually the same series. I forgot what company it was that bought the rights to Star Soldier, and they turned it into Star Force. That's why both the games look alike. So yeah, the way it worked was like Hudson Soft did both of them. But the first one they did for like Tecmo, well, this one, I think in Japan they released it under like their own name, but in North America it got published by Taxan. We did some other games like Faria and Magician and the like. Let me just adjust the volume ever so slightly. Maybe if I can hear the ships exploding a little better, we'll actually kick a bit more butt. But yeah, there's our first run of the night. We're going to get better at it, and I hope you're all doing well. All right. You don't like that foreground mechanic, Fennec. It's very strange. It's a really strange mechanic. Like, I don't know why it happens sometimes and other times it doesn't. And the worst is when it happens when you don't expect it. Because when you're under the foreground, it's a weird thing to say. When you're underneath the foreground like that, as it's showing here in the demo, you can't shoot. So sometimes you'll be shooting enemies, and then you'll accidentally go into the foreground for a moment and not realize it, and then that enemy that you thought you were going to shoot, you don't, and then they get you. So it's very tricky in that sense. Similar, and you're supposed to say Star Force. No problem, Monterant Sharp. No problem at all. So yeah, I think that was pretty good for try number 1. If we can get like another 4 levels every time, we'll be done in like 20 minutes. Okay, back into the groove here. I can actually hear the game now. Makes a big difference when you can hear a video game when you're playing it, I find. Now see, let's just let these guys go by. The old Star Force strat. And with these enemies as well, it's kind of let them do their thing. Starts off nice and easy. This time it's also not, see, that could be scary. Let the first Star Brain get away. There can only be 1 power-up on screen at a time, so you kind of got to grab it before you accidentally spawn any other ones. Now see, I went behind the background there, and it was like an unplanned backgrounding. But we got the old 5-way now. Let's see how long we can hang on to that. So yeah, taking 1 bullet hit with the 5-way shot reduces you down to the one that shoots forward and back. And I think it's like 3 more hits from bullets after that, and you lose the shield. But then picking up 1 more power-up after that gives you the shield back plus the 5-way shot again. So you kind of got to get strategic in how you're taking hits and picking up power-ups. Definitely strange. But yeah, this guy, again, he's kind of doing his thing. Oh, there's a P there? What's a P do? Did you see a P all of a sudden show up? I don't know what that means. Maybe I had to shoot the P. Also, these eyes, you can kind of shoot them, and they close and eventually blow up. You get a couple of points for that. I feel like there's probably a lot going on in this game that I just haven't grasped quite yet. It's going to be another Star Force situation. Over the course of 2 weeks, we'll laugh, we'll cry, but we'll have this whole game figured out by the end. Points, Daniel. Yeah, there's probably a lot of things that are just points. And again, points are good because you get that one up at 50,000, 200,000, and 500,000. But I would love to, actually get some 1-ups or something. Just, handed to me as freebies. Well, that would be great. This enemy formation is kind of annoying. So one thing that I don't think Star Force had much of was enemies that take more than 1 hit. But this game definitely loves its enemies that take, I don't even know how many hits, but they definitely take more than 1. And that can really be annoying. See, these guys, if you're not on the ball, they can, get up in your face and mess you up. Okay, so I'm behind the scenery now, so, just let the enemies do their thing. I'm gonna camp right here. And now I went back under the background again. But see, that time I didn't, and I don't know why. It's just kind of whenever it feels like it. Which is annoying for a core game mechanic. It just works when it feels like it. Oh, see, you gotta memorize. And again, it definitely seems like the enemy patterns have an order again. So if we end up spending 3 weeks on this, I can once again make a list, and that should give us the upper hand. And I'm gonna be stubborn right now and not do that. Oh, see, I accidentally came up from the background. And that, can I go under? Can I yeah, see, now I'm under somehow, but then I accidentally came up from under it. Am I under it now? No. Oh, almost got hit by that. Okay, well, we're at the boss anyway. But yeah, the enemy patterns definitely seem to have an order, and I think that order carries between stages. So wherever the enemy ordering ends at the end of stage 1, it picks up at the beginning of stage 2 and so on. I think anyway. So it's still to your benefit to not spawn too many enemies, because the more difficult formations probably come later. Hello, Afflicted! Deja vu with back to shmups. Yeah, the shmups never ended. I haven't beat any NES games since you all saw that Star Force winning run about a week or so ago now. And yeah, here we are with Star Soldier, so it feels like nothing's changed. I'm so excited to get back to the platformers. You have no idea. I love shmups, I really do. But it's a lot of shmups right now, and I'm really looking forward to the side-scrolling platformers again. Whenever we may get to those. Looking over at the shelf, I don't really see anything that's a side-scrolling platformer coming up. After this, we have some Star Trek games. Aren't they kind of top-down, kind of exploration adventure games? I don't know too much about them, aside from the AVGN review that came out in 2011. So that's great. And I haven't watched it since, like 2011 either. So I really know nothing about those. Plus, I don't know all that much about Star Trek. So I'll have to, there'll probably be like super cryptic moments that only the person who's watched television Star Trek episode 422B is going to know the reference or something. But okay. Can I get like under the background? Nope, not going to let me go under it this time. Maybe now? Oh, see, now I'm under it for some reason. And like, it's not like, you press a button or something and that's the time you go under it. It's just completely random. I'm not kidding. It just kind of does it when it feels like. And maybe if there's someone out there who knows more about Star Force than me and wants to explain why sometimes you go under and sometimes you don't, I'm all ears. But see, like, now I'm under. Oh, but now I'm out. But now I'm under again. But now I'm out again. But now I'm out. Oh, come on, go under. You can do it. You can do it. See, oh, I was under there for a second. Like, all these ones with the stars on them, you would figure that defeating a bunch of blocks with stars on them would be, like, good for you. Again, I guess it's for points. Oh, the Z shows up sometimes. I should explain the Z. When the Z shows up, you get gradually incrementing number of points when you destroy the Z per stage. Like, the first time you defeat that Z block in a stage, you get, like, 500. And then it keeps doubling. It's like 1,000, 2,000. I think 4,000 is, like, the max I've seen. It'd be interesting to see just how high it goes, but there's probably not that many Z blocks in the stage. But there you go. Stage 3 down. Anthony Gleason, welcome. Hope you're having a good night. Star Trek would be entertaining. I'm no wizard, but it's fun. It's a fun show, Daniel. Yeah, like, you got nothing against Star Trek and Star Wars coming up. Like, the classic movie's always good. When Star Wars town. But yeah, so, I'm not like the biggest nerds in either of those categories though. So I might need all your help to, tell my Chewbacca's from my Obi-Wans or whatever. No, I know who Chewbacca and Obi-Wan are. Not that bad, but okay. So we're in the background now. But in Star Trek, I like literally know, like, there's like Captain Kirk and there's like Spock. Might be some guy named Scotty or something. But other than that, I don't know too much about my my Star Trek. But okay. But now again, that's in the future. We got to beat this now. Oh, and I think the funniest part about this game, I have the manual, right? What year did the manual say this game takes place? It's always a laugh. No, maybe it was Star Force. Took place in like the year 2010. Yeah, okay, man, I'm not seeing it here. A strange and evil presence is lurking in space, crushing everything in its path, destroying spaceships full of innocent people. The fearsome Starbrain is threatening the entire galactic empire. Ooh, it sounds like Star Wars. Starbrain, a giant computer programmed only for destruction, inhabits an enormous space station guarded by enemy ships and robot creatures. To penetrate the station is a job for the most skilled and experienced Star Soldier, you. You'll be piloting Caesar, the fastest fighter ship in the galactic fleet. With an awesome arsenal of weapons at your fingertips, only you can end this brutal Starbrain spree of destruction and restore peace to the galaxy. So what I get from that is that we are fighting for the good of Little Caesar's Pizza and the $5 hot and ready goodness. No! Well, that's not going to happen now. That's it. No pizza for nobody. It's done. In fact, there's no $5 hot and ready anymore anyway. Here it's like freaking $8.99 now. It's ridiculous. Like, the only reason I ate Little Caesars was because it was cheap. Now it's like the same price as every other pizza. Alright, let's get our serious Starbrain face on here. That looks like Mickey Mouse over there. Copyright infringement all day long. See, there's that Z. You beat the Z, and you get 500 the first time. And then again, it resets at like the end of every stage. But you can rack up a lot of points that way if you play your cards right, I guess. So here's those eyes. And again, usually the level ends when you see those two eyes. So at the end of every fourth stage, it's not Starbrain, everyone. It's the big Starbrain with like 4 brains in one. And they shoot at you as well. And he'll still run away if you don't beat him fast enough. But like, it takes like 40 years to beat this guy. But now that we've beat those 4, now we fight the middle. I don't think... Oh! I thought he was going to go off screen before he came back and gave me another hit. I don't think you can defeat the middle one without defeating the 4 surrounding ones. I've tried. I didn't have much success, but as, the 4 smaller things around the sides are attacking you as well, it's hard to get a lot of hits on kind of the center. you know, before the other ones are defeated. So I don't know if it's just like I was playing poorly and what's it called? I'm trying to get all these things. You know, wasn't able to defeat it without defeating the surrounding ones first, or like if you just can't defeat the middle one without defeating the surrounding ones. But okay, now that we got this, but again, this is kind of bad and good because it's tougher to defeat the kind of Starbrain eyes when you're only shooting that one attack forward, but also maybe the diagonal ones will help us a little bit too. So, and plus with the shield, that means we can take like 4 bullet hits, which is nice. But that guy who kind of zigzags at you, he's instant kill if he touches you. He doesn't count as a bullet. So there you go. We lost our the 5-way, but we just did that, which is good. Now let's just not get hit by the zigzag guy, and we should be good. There you go. And that's what the boss of every 4th level looks like. I mean, from what I've seen, so like I beat level 8, and I had that as well. I'm guessing 12 and 16 probably have something big like that too. And that's how Star Soldier, not Star Force, Star Soldier works. Oh, the spread shot is kind of strange too. Not sure if it's good or not now, right? Like everything in this game seems to have its up and downs. Like the background thing is kind of good, but also kind of not good. There's only certain platforms you can go under Monterant Sharp, but it's weird because like sometimes you don't seem to go under it, but like then from the side you can. Like I don't know. It's not very well marked then. You know, Spock, Scotty, and they fight Vulcans and Borgs. There you go. Is the Giga Brain the wizard from Universe Space Mecha Star Soldier, Daniel? I don't know. You can if you use a controller that has turbo Monterant Sharp. So like you're saying, you know, that, you know, single kind of bullet that comes out can defeat things if you have the turbo controller. Maybe we should at some point, but no, we shouldn't. Because this is what it looks like right now. Oh, if you're just kind of holding the shoot button with that powered up, but nope, now we've lost that. Also, you'll notice that in this game, a lot more enemies spawn from behind you, which is annoying. In the original Star Force, there actually weren't that many enemies that kind of came from behind, but this game loves them. There's just so many enemies that, you know, you're just kind of hiding at the bottom of the screen here, and they'll get you anyway. Well, okay, level 5 now. We're in the second quarter, everyone. If this was a football game, we'd be halfway there. I missed all the power-ups. Perfect. We can get this one. Oh, there you go. Thinking too much about the power-up and got that guy right to the face. But okay, progress every time is what we like to see. You're making your own, hello David Ray, MM2 level. I read that as like Mega Man 2, but I'm assuming you mean like Mario Maker 2. No, it's done so you can play it at your convenience. Thank you, David Ray. Yeah, we haven't played Mario Maker 2 in a while, just because, you know, Mario World ROM hacks, Mario 3 ROM hacks, Mario 64 ROM hacks, kind of been, you know, our Mario focus lately. You know, you're making up lore, says Daniel. Well, hey, go for it. Why not? You think this game is awesome. You play it all the time like this. You said you don't see anything bad about it myself. One of your favorite shoot-em-ups on the NES and always will be. Well, that's great to hear, Monterant Sharp. And honestly, I like, just like with Star Force, I'm definitely having a lot of fun with it. I'm sure we'll get it all figured out. Again, the background gimmick, I feel like I'm kind of getting, but it still just feels random at times. Like, I'm sure there's sometimes, like, I'll go under something, but then, like, the next time I won't go under it. Like, see, how come I can go under that one? It didn't look any different than, like, the other ones I'm not going under. See, I can go under this one. But, like, sometimes I go under this one and sometimes I don't. See, like, now I'm not going under it. Now I am. Like, it all depends on, like, the angle that you kind of approach the platform from and all sorts of weird things. Okay, well, that was silly. Let's try this run again. I'm not going to take a death on level 1. You do move, like, nice and quick in this game, though. Plus, when you get powered up, your ship doesn't get bigger, which it did in Star Force, so it always kind of felt like a bit of a trade-off powering up. Plus, we haven't seen those enemies that kind of just approach you and shoot at you at, like, Mach speed yet, so that's a good sign. I also like how you don't have to watch the game over screen. You can just skip right past that by pressing start. You call games like this spaceship shooters mod KCC. Sounds like a good thing to call them. So it's not Space Doom, says Daniel. No, I don't think we're in that category tonight. See, like, you do your thing there. Alright, let's get past level 5. Let's get at least halfway, like as I've been. Because if we don't make like, any progress tonight, then I apologize to you all. Again, these enemies are annoying. I wish there could be 2 power-ups on screen. I always feel like, you know, I cancel one out by accident. There you go. There you go. Now we wait. So let's try and get underneath platforms as much as we can, so that we're not spawning too many enemies. I guess that was one of those ones that like you can't go under. Can I go under these ones? Oh, see, like, okay, so like that flashing blue, does that mean you can go under? But then sometimes you go under when there's like not flashing blue. See, like I just went under these guys. And now I'm under this. But I'm not under this. Like there's no consistency at all. And that's the worst part. Like, if they were going to make a thing where, like, you could go under some platforms and some that you can't, well, like, make them different colors, right? So that's not a complete surprise. But here we go. We're at the boss now. Man, time to take down Starbrain once again. We know Starbrain's left and we're through with this game. There you go. This has huge Galaga influence. This game feels like something that would have been on the 7800 mod KCC. Oh, we got these guys again. Again, who take like 30 hits to beat. See, I'm not familiar completely with the enemy patterns yet. And you can see that there's definitely some that feel like they're the same patterns from Star Force, but just with like different graphics. And then there's some that kind of feel like they, you know, weren't really in either game. And again, the fact that they take more hits is annoying. Oh, I'm under the thing. Okay, so now that we've successfully got under the background somehow, let's just camp under here for as long as we can. But that time you didn't go under. Even though it was flashing blue. So again, I don't know how to tell. Oh, see, now we're under. Okay. Good, good. Oh, see that? But again, it's like, why can I go under that? Like, what was the rule that said that can happen? Oh, one cool thing I've noticed about this game is that you can go higher up on the screen now. Oh! Yeah, those enemies that come from the side just out of nowhere. That's the kind of thing you make a list for. So that you don't accidentally get caught by that. But yes, in this game, you can go like right up to the top of the screen pretty much. Where, remember, in Star Force, there was like a whole quarter up there that like you couldn't go into. And that could make dodging annoying sometimes. But alright, boss time. You saw those 2 eyes. So it's definitely an interesting difference. The levels being like a set length and not determined by how much stuff you destroy. It's a different feel for sure. You can see a cross banned from Nintendo of America. There you go, Daniel. Except only sometimes. Like, sometimes Nintendo censors them out, sometimes they didn't. Also depends on, like, if it was an earlier released game. It seemed like Nintendo was more lax back then. But yeah, this is what we're playing tonight. And who knows, depending on how it goes, we might be playing it another night as well. Tomorrow night's Banjo, though, assuming everything goes well. See, like, let this guy kind of do his thing for a bit. And that should, you know, delay enemies from spawning for a while, which is nice. Now, see, beat all these stars. Maybe you beat, like, all of them. No, nothing happened. Maybe there was, like, a big point bonus at the top, but I didn't see it. Oh, wasn't there, like, a P that showed up at one time? What did the P do? I forget. Go. So it's the age-old debate of should I just hold the rapid fire button now, or should I be trying to shoot faster? Maybe with this game, it almost kind of feels like the speed at which it shoots when you're just holding it is kind of nice. So yeah, this is definitely not a game that needs a turbo controller, especially considered this. But as we saw in Star Force, even when we had the powered-up ship, that could turbo a little bit. It would still do our benefit to mash, but maybe it's not like that in this game. Maybe it's just best to hold the shoot button. Like, let's see, can I beat Starbrain just holding B, or is he gonna get away? Again, also considering that we have the single forward shot and not like a multiple shot. Hey, there you go, just holding the button. Didn't have to mash at all. So now that we've kind of gone over the game mechanics, we need to get on to the real discussion that we're going to be having here tonight. And that's about that recent Nintendo Direct, everyone. What did you think about that? I'm assuming everyone's watched at this point. You know, no Nintendo Direct spoilers or whatnot. But we got Mario and Luigi. We got Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. That's probably my favorite thing that we saw. Metroid Prime 4 finally showing its face after all these years. A Zelda game. And I don't mean like Zelda game where you play as Link. It's, you know, someone can point to the main character and actually say, "That's Zelda!" And, you know, not be ridiculed for once. For the first time since, like, the CDI games, if Fennec is still in the chat. And you pointed that out, which is, like, so true. But yeah, should be an interesting year. And see, there's that rain again. That's why you make a list. So you don't get toasted by that. And let's see if I'm right. So since we died, I think the enemy formations go back a few. And we'll see that same rain again in like a second. So like it's going to do that, and then the rain's going to come, right? Oh, maybe not. Again, that requires more investigation, I think. See, so since we got 2 Z's in the same level, the second one was worth, you know, 1,000 points there. It doubled from the 500. If we can find another one, you'll see it goes up to 2,000 and so on. Not sure if it maxes at some point. It would be neat to see just how high you can go. But okay, since this is a multiple of 4, got that big old big brain here. There you go. It's a long battle. But once again, back to 5. Let's hopefully continue to improve tonight. We didn't watch it, but please spoil, says Daniel. Well, I think I went over the main things of note there. I mean, everyone's favorite announcement was definitely that they're adding basketball to Nintendo Switch Sports. If you, like, anyone who hasn't bought it yet, I'm sure that's going to convince them. Like, that's kind of my thought, you know, when I saw that update. Like, it's very interesting. I mean, it's great for people who have, like, already bought it. Sure, like a free update. But you have to wonder, you know, when they dedicate a team to create an update like that. You know, do they think that, you know, that will convince more people to buy it? Or, you know, it's just, you know, they think that the people who already paid for it deserve a little more? Or, I wonder what their thought process is when they make something like that. Interesting, though. Very interesting. It's always funny, you know, how the Switch Sports doesn't use like Mii's as we're used to seeing. There's like this own, I guess, you know, new character kind of archetype that they've created just for Switch Sports, which is fascinating. And what else did they see? There's lots to talk about. But I'm also focusing on this intergalactic mission we got going on here. If you ever want to eat Little Caesar's pizza again, you got to beat this. Wait, what, why? What did I do? What did I do? I'm at stage 8 all of a sudden? I'm so happy I have that on video. I have no clue what I just did. Not one clue what I just did. I wonder if anyone has even discovered that before. So this game has warps? Whoa. I was not expecting that. And I don't even know exactly what I did, but again, I can go back and watch that and like do it again, I guess. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, now we're suddenly at level 8. You guys haven't actually even seen like level 6 or 7 yet. They look a lot like the other levels though, trust me. So the reason why warping might be kind of interesting is because, you know, that's a lot of enemies then that would be used up throughout those levels, you know, to, you know, move the enemy progression along. But by warping ahead, that means that you're going to keep the weaker enemies around for longer, which is like really nice. So there might be some strategy to warping in this game, and depending on how things go, I won't even be against, you know, looking back at my video and seeing if I can recreate that. I have no clue exactly what it was that I did though. That was really interesting. But yeah, level 8 everybody! Give it up for level 8! Oh. See, I went under this before, yeah, and then that time I've done it again, okay. Look at all these blocks we can break. Like, do you think any of them actually do anything? Oh, under the thing, very good. And look, we've just kind of been, you know, hanging on to our 5-way shot for a long time, which I was going to say is what you want to do. That's how you win. And then I instantly died. So that's obviously something that, you know, you don't want to talk about. And we're back to being weak as heck. You get like these dog bone guys here. See, that was a situation where I was hiding under the background or the foreground or whatever. And then when I emerged, it was kind of like, this isn't really the best place to be fighting enemies. There you go, we beat that eye, blew that eye right up, and I'm hiding underneath again. You can kind of see me through there, but see, I'm missing the power-up because of that. And this, once again, dog bones at like the exact same spot. There you go. So is this the 2 eyes that mark the end of the level? Yeah, we're going into the boss, everyone, with no power-ups. So again, I think you have to destroy the, so actually, that's a great point, Monterant Sharp. If you're still in the chat, do you have to defeat the orange parts? Oh, I tried to fit through the kind of gap there. Before you can actually defeat the big brain. This game has hidden warps. Oh yes, thank you for still being in the chat. Hidden warps in this game, if I'm saying it right, let you skip a stage every once and a while. And are those warps always at like the same point, or are like they random? Because again, I don't even know why I warped. Was I just playing like so well that the game's like, give this guy a break? I don't know. I don't really know what I did. But you know, speaking of which, we're not playing so great now. Like, yes. Ooh, ugh. Ugh. See, sometimes you get the eyes, but it's like not the end of the level. There we go. See, like, I didn't slip under the first time. But then, like, I slipped under the next time. Very strange. I am going to grab this, though. This should be good for the boss, at least. Have a little bit of improved firepower. So I'm not going to focus on mashing. I'm just going to hold B. And see if this guy, you know, we can get it done. No, well, obviously we're not. Yeah, he gets very close. And, like, if you touch any of the gray part, you die. So it definitely feels very claustrophobic. Fighting the big brain guy. But alright. Level 8. Another improvement, even if we did cheat a little bit. Ukulele is on sale on GOG, says Daniel. Yeah, Ukulele and The Impossible Layer go on sale like every other week, and they're fine games. I like them, so definitely check them out, everyone. If you haven't played them yourself, especially The Impossible Layer, you can grab that game for like $3 sometimes on like Steam or on the Nintendo Switch, and totally worth it, if you ask me. Oh yeah, that was a game announced during the Direct. Donkey Kong Country Returns. Switch edition. It'll be cool seeing that game in HD. I played it way back in the Wii days and did not get the 3DS version, so I haven't played it since. So it will be cool to play that again. Again, it's been so long. Probably kind of feel like a new game at this point. I remember skipping class and going to the library in high school to watch the Nintendo, not the Nintendo Direct, wow, back then, no, it was the E3 press conference, Nintendo's E3 press conference, where the original Donkey Kong Country Returns was announced. So, wow, that's crazy. now it's getting a remake all these years later. It's like, where's the time gone? Right, here we go. It's Big Head doing his big head things while I kind of just chill out. So like I'm really curious what it was that made that warp happen back then. I'm going to meticulously study my my stream after tonight. See if I can solve that puzzle. Because that was, again, that's just another thing about Star Force. It had like no bones to give you. Had no warps, no power-ups really. It was just all you. But to see that this game's a little more forgiving is interesting. They are random, Monter and Sharp? What? So that warp I just got really happened for no reason? And what is it that triggered it? Did I just like touch a certain part of the screen, and then it warped me, or was it like an enemy that I beat or a block I destroyed? I noticed I think I touched one of like the big blocks that you break. And there's like a big crater that forms. I think that was like what I was touching when the warp happened, right? Like I was touching the big circle like that. So maybe I should just touch all of those and see what happens. And I'm very curious. Like, see, big circle, big circle. But now I'm going to be trying to do silly things that may or may not actually contribute to the game at all. Appreciate you, Monterey Sharp, though, sharing all your Star Soldier information with us here tonight. Happy you're enjoying the stream. I'm definitely enjoying playing this. So the skulls, if you shoot them enough, they break, but like, it takes like a million hits. Oh! That was me going for the circle to try and land on it. And then the guys came from off screen and got me. Interesting. They are random. Ukulele on sale. What else did they announce during the Nintendo Direct? I didn't have high hopes for the Nintendo Direct. I think we talked about Mario and Luigi, right? A new Mario and Luigi game. Nintendo is just going nuts with the Mario RPGs lately. It's crazy. But I fear, like, what is their motive when it comes to all of this? Like, are they just trying to get the, test the waters? I'm going to die intentionally here. Let's start this one again. Are they just, testing the waters to see which is the most popular Mario RPG franchise? Like, it's so weird how they've just done, like, pretty much all of them now. Or, is there some sort of other motive going on? I don't know. Like, it's just so strange how they're so kind of overboard on the Mario RPGs now. But it will be really neat to see what they do with Mario and Luigi now, after they've been gone for a while, and with no input from Alpha Dream this time, I'm guessing, because they are defunct. Kind of just like how the Another Code Recollection, I don't think it had anything to do with the people who worked for Sing originally, right? Which is kind of strange. Nintendo's got all these, franchises in their pocket now, and they're finally using them, which is nice to see. What? Windows complaining about something. Thankfully, it doesn't look like much of a big deal. It is definitely the time to tell everyone about my virus scan status. Which I don't even know why it's running one right now, but it is. You got some ice cream mod, KCC. Nice. Is random like when you get a certain amount of bonus points, you think, and sometimes you are warped to another stage? Oh, so it wasn't about screen position. So I should just be, I think I had a pretty good combo going with those Z blocks. I should be defeating more of those. I don't, give them enough time in the limelight. And the Z blocks kind of just appear randomly. Like, see, like right there. So I should be trying to find more of those, maybe. Maybe they're connected to doing well in this game. They're the secret sauce we need to get some good runs in tonight. Oh, I was trying to get the S and it would have defeated all enemies on screen. But that didn't go according to plan. How about the new Mario Party, Fennec? Yes, thanks for reminding me about that. So, Super Mario Party. It's weird because we had Super Mario Party and then Mario Party Superstars, and then we're back to Super Mario Party again. And the Super Mario Party was kind of characterized by having smaller boards. It had that system where you would get like partners to come around the board with you, and each player character had like a different type of die that they could use, a special die which made them different from other player characters. It'll be interesting to see just how many elements in this new game carry over from like the original Super Mario Party versus like traditional Mario Party Superstar styled Mario Party. So that one I definitely still need to have a bit more of a look at, I think, before I've made my decision on that one. We had a request recently to have a Super Mario Party stream night. Is there anyone who's interested in that, who would join for a Super Mario Party? Again, that's the original Switch one night. Which it's a tough argument because I mean the N64 ones are just so good. I feel like those early Mario Party games just got everything so right. Where the longer the series went on, the kind of funkier things got. Where I could just play the old ones forever, but the new ones, it's like they're fine-ish. But I just can't I can't play them non-stop like I could the early few. Max Howard, oh look, speak of the devil here. Is this is the S item in this game foreshadowing your Superman NES stream? Oh no. But yeah, you were asking about the Super Mario Party stream, so funny you popped in at that exact moment. Hope you're having a good night. Matter of fact, you're also playing it right now, Monter and Sharp. I love when people play their NES games along. See how they fare. Maybe figure out some things that we can all figure out some stuff together. Help each other out. Let me know if you learn any top secret tricks that will help us beat this in the next 15 minutes. Otherwise, we're just gonna hold that B button, try not to die, trying to get as many points as possible, and maybe we'll warp again. Oh, we got that one up from 50,000. So part of the problem is if you go behind the background. Oh man, that's the worst when those guys come from the side. And the super shot that you're using doesn't shoot to the left and right; it shoots to the diagonals. So I need to remember, not to, camp right around here. That seems to be where those guys show up. Bah humbug! You're playing Pokemon Black too, Max Howard. Nice. Do you ever break out the NES Max or Advantage for these types of games? No! We beat Star Force. And that was all button mashing. So I think if I could do that, I've made the argument for, I'll probably just do the rest of them without it as well. As I have been, but again, if you can do Star Force without the Max, I think you're set to do pretty much any game without it. Oh, the same thing happened again. Because you're looking at the top of the screen, waiting for the next enemies to spawn. You don't expect them to come from the sides, super fast like that. Just for fun, let's see where all the Z blocks are. The Z blocks seem to have a set position every single time. I'm curious, if we defeat enough of those, maybe that's. Oh, see, there was one right there. And then, just like with Star Force, we're gonna learn the patterns. And as the game goes on, we'll get better at things. And maybe the trick is to defeat a million Z blocks in the first level, and you'll warp or something. Oh, see, there's a Z block. 500. And I want to know how high of a bonus you can get with those. Oh, there's another one. 1,000. And you can kind of tell when they're around because you can hear the, there's a sound that things make when you're shooting them. There's another Z block that I missed. So I should show you what happens if you defeat this guy. Why not? It's no big deal, really. He kind of just blows up a little bit. And life goes on. There you go. But yeah, I'm really progressing the enemies this run. Oh. No, see, that sound is playing now because these guys take more than one hit to defeat. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I didn't get too many Z's that level. I wish they would make another Sega Superstars game, says Monterey Sharp. You can't wait to see my collab with Will Smith? Power-up song, and this sounds really familiar, but you don't know why. Probably because it sounds a lot like the one from Star Force. It is very reminiscent. This game, in many ways, is very reminiscent to Star Force. But again, we're going to use the skill we gained from that, and hopefully make somewhat quick work of this one. There's that Z. But like, you really got to shoot it a lot. Plus, when you only have like the single forward shot, you got to hit it a lot of times to break it. Man, this run I haven't really been worried about the enemies. I've been more worried about finding Z's. Just holding that shoot button. Seems to be working well enough. Oh. See, by the time they show up, I don't have enough time to get them. Oh, there's another one. Still couldn't get it. And these skulls again. Oh, finally got one. But see, I could have had like 5 of them by now. It's all going to come down to, you know, memorizing where they are, I guess. Thankfully, they don't seem to be random. But that's really interesting then if warps are random. Then, you know, I can't feel guilty if one suddenly kicks in. That just means you're playing really well, right? Alright. But yeah, new Mario Party was cool. What else was there? Again, a lot more announcements than I think any of us were expecting. Especially considering that the, you know, we were probably going to see in a couple of months, or a few months rather, probably around October is my guess, the next Nintendo console. Again. Oh. Yeah, when powered up in this game though, you move like nice and fast. So it's interesting, this run differs a lot from our earlier ones because I wasn't hiding behind the background. Or rather, I'm not hiding behind the background as much now as I was earlier in the evening. I say that as if we've been playing it like for hours. Yeah, I don't know how late we'll go tonight. But we're learning a lot, which is what you want to do when you play a game like this. Again, missing the Z. Wow, how did I not hit any of those? Again, the single bullets are so weird. Like, I kind of don't like them compared to just the normal forward shot. But I do like the, you know, the increased coverage that they give, I suppose. Oh, there's another one. Alright. Come on, Warp Zone, where are you at? At least it's not, you know, Silver Surfer style. There's no kind of walls you have to worry about running into. Shmups love to do that. You know, Gradius does doing that, and so many other games where you touch the wall and you're dead, and then they put like 1 billion walls in your way. Hello, RC Shaggy! Nintendo Direct was really good. Yeah, I think most, you know, there's pretty much at least something for everyone in the recent Direct. Got some games you really wanted to play. Finally, news for Metroid Prime 4. Absolutely. Wonder how it will tie into the Metroid timeline. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely something for everyone in this Direct, I think. Like, you know, so many different genres. Okay, so we got the rain coming. Thankfully, we seem to dodge that pretty well. See, I don't like hiding behind the stuff now because it means I miss all the power-ups. Although it does keep me protected from the rain, so I do like that aspect of it. Oh, there's the Z. See, by the time they show up on the screen, it's like they're already gone. I hear a sound from something. But again, you know, I'm shooting so many bullets, it could be anywhere, essentially. Oh, there it is. There we go. It's one. Oh, I hear something. Oh, look how many times I shot that, and it still doesn't work. So maybe in this game you don't want to do that enemy thing like I always do. Or maybe you do, like I really don't know. Wow, even picking up the S defeats the big head guy too. Well, this has been a decent run so far. See if we can keep it up on Big Brain here. Wow, look at that. I like instantly destroyed that. Like, huh. Well, you know, it always took us a few runs to get into the groove with Star Force 2. Have we finally reached the groove? Wow. Nicely done. That was a pretty good run for the first quarter of the game, I think. Oh, that's a great one, Fennec. Dragon Quest 3, and then they announced the remakes of 1 and 2 as well. Again, as someone who's only played Dragon Quest 1 through 4, because of the NES, I can't wait to play more of them, but Dragon Quest 1 through 3 were amazing. Just wonderful, wonderful games. I especially loved 3. I don't know about the suggestion of playing 3 before 1 and 2, because I like playing 1 and 2, and then if you don't know about 3, you know, what you find out about 3 after playing 1 and 2. So I would still play them that way, but, you know, do as you wish. I'm just so happy that, you know, despite it being like a 30-year-old plus game, by the time I finally beat Dragon Quest 3, Dragon Warrior 3, I didn't know how it ended. That made me so happy. So again, if you are one person who like hasn't, you know, had that spoiled for you yet, I highly recommend playing Dragon Warrior 1, 2, and then 3 sooner rather than later, because I love that. Like, that was just mind-blowing, and I was so happy when I beat those games. But yeah, can't deny that they were great. So the last time we played this level, this is where we warped from level 5 to level 8 somehow. I don't know if like I missed when I did that already, or if, or what. Well, where's all the Z blocks at? Oh, I can't even see the rain. It's blending in with the background so well. Whoa, something was... Oh, yeah. There's like a weird thing that happens sometimes. So, will that come now? No. Okay. Oh, where's all the Z blocks at? Oh, there's one. See, it's easier when you have this like a nice forward shot to get them. Whoa, see how one of them like looped from one side of the screen to the other? Alright, so now I'm getting multiple types of enemies at once. Interesting. Let me see. It's pretty much like Final Fantasy. Rather play them in number order. Since you aren't doing the other games, RC Shaggy. Sorry, other games in which regard? Wonder. Yeah. Yeah, definitely looking forward to playing more Dragon Warrior. Just like I want to play more Final Fantasy. It's really interesting that Final Fantasy II was translated into English officially, but just like Mother 1, it was never released on the NES. But so that is out there though for anyone who wants to play 8-bit Final Fantasy II in English. Alright. So when those guys appear on screen, see, like a list would be really handy for that. So you can be in position to get rid of them sooner rather than later. Alright, looks like we're at the boss of level 5. A little bit of a nasty moment there at the end. When it combines, you know, those two different types of enemies together. Alright. Oh, good to see we aren't doing. So good to see we're not playing Star Force. Instead, we're playing a game that's exactly like Star Force. But you know, we're having fun. That's what's important. Level 6. First time seeing this one since we skipped it last time. Hey, a couple more points and we're gonna be at 200k. You know what that means. But first, we gotta deal with this guy. And again, the rain's a little bit easier to deal with in this game than it was in the last game. And look at this. The big eyes attacking you. Now, this could be a case where like. Maybe I should just kind of leave it be, and yeah, I think he'll disappear on his own instead of, you know, rushing him away. Well, I haven't had this in a while. Now, where's all the Z's at? Oh, there's one. There. 1,000. Okay, that's the second one then. Oh, there's another one. Oh. And I got hit, so I lost my 5-way. That's okay. The forward shot's good too. $4,000. We haven't seen that yet tonight. And looks like we're coming up to the boss. Not too shabby. And again, it's not as easy as the bosses in Star Force, but still not the worst. And again, our first look of the night at level 7, since we skipped it last time. Here's an interesting enemy. Oh, and again, I've shown you what happens if like you defeat this guy. I'm not going to defeat him this time though. So I'm hiding back here now. I'm not actually like choosing to be back there. It's just kind of happening by accident for whatever reason. See now, like I'm behind the scenery again. And when it's raining and it, you know, puts me behind the scenery, I'm not going to complain. And these guys take multiple hits. Oh no. Oh. I did like the Nintendo Direct, RC Shaggy. I said that yeah, Ace Attorney Investigations compilation is probably my most anticipated thing. Those games, you know, the Ace Attorney Investigations games for whatever reason did not sell well. So I never thought we'd see those again, even though, you know, Capcom is on a game compilation spree. I didn't think that, especially in the, you know, the West, we would ever see those. So funny, you know, Nintendo's, rather Capcom's really doing a favor to everyone. Localizing all those Ace Attorney games that were really originally lost as Japan exclusives. Now everyone will be getting an official way to play Investigations 2, which is my all-time favorite Ace Attorney game, so if you haven't done that, definitely take this opportunity to do so. Whoa! I didn't even see those guys showing up down there. Mock ACC, yeah, I mean, they're really fun. There's just kind of like too many of them these days, I guess. There's I think there's 10, right? There's like 6 mainline ones, 2 great Ace Attorney games, and then 2 investigations games. I might even be forgetting like something else. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot. The Direct had a new game from the creators of Danganronpa. Where the heck's the new Danganronpa at? Like, I think the guy who made Danganronpa just, like, really hates it now and never wants to make another one again. Like, there was only really 3 of them, if you don't include, like, the weird third-person shooter one. Like, it's, you know, if there can be 10 Ace Attorney games, I think there are going to be a couple more Danganronpa games. Because those were a lot of fun. And if you like Ace Attorney and you haven't played Danganronpa, definitely do yourself a favor and check the series out. Okay. Let's concentrate on this. Where's all those Z's at? Usually you can hear them. Oh, there was one. Like, I really want to know what made that that warp zone up here. Like, just what was it that just pushed it over the edge at the side? All right, we're gonna warp you like 3 levels ahead. Who's down to play some Uno, Ma KCC? So it's funny, there was a stream once where we did play Uno on Nintendo Switch. I actually bought it on the eShop, and then like the next time we went to play, it like wanted me to sign up for like a Hasbro account or something. So it's like, well, there goes that. They always gotta wreck things. There's nothing wrong with it before. Hello, Prince BV. You heard Danganronpa, and there comes the message. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a great night, and thanks for watching. Yeah, right? Again, Danganronpa is it's always a fun series. There's only like 3 of them. And I think the last one came out in like 2017. So, again, it's not like there's been like a million Danganronpa games that just came out last year. So I don't get why they're so reluctant to make more. Instead, every game, it's like from the makers of Danganronpa. It's like, I just want Danganronpa. But yeah, you know, that's how it goes. Oh, what I didn't say anything was wrong with Ultimate Despair Girls, but it's certainly not, you know, the same gameplay. I'm just saying, you know, another more traditional Danganronpa game could be, would be nice. It's kind of like the Super Paper Mario of the Danganronpa series, I guess you could say. Which, hey, how about that, you know, Thousand Year Door remake, everyone? I've been enjoying that. I'm in Chapter 8 now, so I'm pretty much like right at the end. Just been taking my time with it and having a lot of fun. But yeah, so it seems like, so what happened? They released Mario RPG, and then like almost right after that, they announced Thousand Year Door. And then, like, right after that releases, they announced Mario and Luigi. So, Nintendo definitely has some interesting Mario RPG, you know, strategy going on right now. I'm curious what the long-term game with this is. Like, maybe, like, the one that sells the most, they'll make, like, an actual new one of it. But then again, you know, it is a new Mario and Luigi, where, like, the other 2 are remakes. So, like, I wonder what made them choose that. Who knows what's going through Nintendo's head? Yeah, I mean, that's the V3. The story was strange in that one for sure. The way where they go with that one at the end. So I mean, yeah, it makes it tough, but also like they could fit one in somewhere. You're not a big fan of Paper Mario RC Shaggy? Well, that's just not gonna do. You must like every game that I like, or else. No, for sure. No, it's gonna be you know, people are gonna be fans and not. No problem, KCC. Hope you're having a good one, though. But you've been enjoying the Super Mario RPG remake, RC Shaggy. Very nice. Yeah, again, like, you know, you can't say... You know, there's not a lot of Mario RPG games out there right now, so you can get your fill, regardless of what flavor of Mario RPG you like. Nintendo seems to got you, you know, have you covered at the moment, which is always good. Now, where's those Z blocks? Where are they at? We saw some other weird things too, like a P one time. What the heck's a P? I hear something. Oh, there's one. Again, didn't have enough time to get it though. Where? So that, again, that's the problem with the 5-way shot. Is like you hear the sound that indicates that there's an item for you to get somewhere, but you have no idea where it is because it could have been any one of your 5 shots that just hit that. Oh, it's like there. And then once it shows up, I don't have enough time to get it. Okay, okay. Level 3 done. Ish. But yeah, I think part of why Danganronpa V3 ended the way it did was, again, because the guy making it, like, just didn't want to make any more Danganronpa. Because it feels like the stories go in one place, and they, like, throw this big curveball at you that's like, what? Where I feel like the original plan was, like, the original story, and then he's like, I hate Danganronpa now, and he's, like, changed it in, like, the last minute, without consulting anybody. And then, yeah, it messed up the series for, like, years to come. And, you know, we got Azul, who shared with me his experiences through Raincode, which is another one of those series that was like, by the guy who did Danganronpa. And, you know, I heard those games were okay. Or, you know, that game was okay. It's actually getting like a PS4 Xbox, no, PS5 Xbox One version now, right? Where, like, it was always thought it was going to be like a Switch exclusive. Well, not anymore. But alright. Stage 4 coming up on an end here, maybe? Like, where's all... Oh, I just can't get anything. There we go. Finally! Oh, another one. Yeah, keep them coming. Look at all these blocks. Like, am I getting, like, a massive number of points for all those star blocks? Maybe. Oh, big star brain time. Yeah, I was slacking. Forgot I had to fight this guy. Again, when you don't have the 5-way shot, I actually like it a little bit more. It feels like you actually have some accuracy to where you're shooting. But, like, when you're fighting just general enemies, the 5-way shot's nice so that you don't get it kind of surprised from the side as much. RC Shaggy, oh LOL. I'm not sure what the oh LOL was towards. I'll assume I did something dumb. But alright, level 5 again. Let's actually beat level 8 this time. Take down another big old Starbrain dude. And again, get some big points in the process. Oh. Oh! Well, I paid for that. I did not account for him moving downwards at light speed and taking me out in the process. Well, see, I have some good speed to the rhythm now in mashing the button. But like I said, if you press too fast, it's like it just doesn't work. So you gotta get used to it. Now you can just hold B. Okay. Ooh. So the number resets if you die. That's interesting to know. See, now that's a situation where having the 5-way shot would be really good when they surround you like that. It was towards your comment about having to, like, the same... Oh, okay. Resident Evil games. I need to play more Resident Evil games. It's a series I never really got too into back in the day, but everyone says they're really good. I was never like you know, nothing against it, but like I was never too into horror games. I had my focus elsewhere. But you know, to go back and play those, I think would be fun. And wow, okay. So where do you start these days if you play the Resident Evil games? Like, do you really, like, do you go back, you know, to the original first one? Is there like a remake of the first one that people turn to these days? I know the GameCube has like Resident Evil 0. You know, where does that fall into the equation, right? Resident Evil, sorry, not Resident Evil. GameCube also had like, you know, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, which people always say is like a good kind of, you know, rehashing of the first one. So GameCube was just kind of good, it seems, for for having kind of the remakes of entries that were on previous consoles. Usually go with the number order. Nice. Well, does that include 0? I'm just dying intentionally here. Does that like include? I'm guessing that like 0 would be like a prequel, right? So like 0 to 8, interesting, RC Shaggy. Well, thank you for that. So I'm supposed to be remembering where like all of the, you know, the Z blocks are, so we can get a big combo going. Like there was one. There was another one. It always seems to kind of be... They're never usually in the center. They're always kind of more off to the side. You can press select to switch between your regular shots and a high energy laser beam. Hello, Nori Inuji. What? I gotta open up the instruction manual. That's a lie. That's a big lie. Select button. All right. A/B button are used to shoot. Start button during the demonstration to display the game, and press start button again to begin. To pause the game while playing, press the start button. I'm not kidding. I don't see anywhere in the book. Like when it shows the picture of the controller, it says the control pad, A/B button, and start button. The use of the select button is not listed anywhere, Nori Inuji. So I'm going to press the select button right now, and I swear if something actually happens. I'm pressing select. I mean, I'm sure I'm just doing it wrong. But, you know, if there is a function that the select button does that I'm not seeing right now, I won't complain. Although I'm not kidding when, like, I'm going to double check again because I just really can't believe it. Like, the diagram in the book even, like, points to the select button and labels it as the select button. But there's no use listed. This is probably, like, why you always read the Japanese manual. And I did read the Japanese manual for Star Force, so I really probably should read it for Star Soldier as well, because it's probably another one of those cases where like half of the important information got left out for some reason. Translator just wanted to go home early that day, so it's like, no one will ever notice if I leave out a page or two. That's what we do. But here we go. But thanks, Nora Inuji. Hope you're having a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Like, I'm pressing select. I really am. Maybe now? No, not doing anything now. You must select the switch between your regular shots and a high energy laser beam when you're powered up. Maybe it's like not the 5-way shot. Maybe you mean just like when you're normal powered up. 0. Yeah, RC Shaggy, yeah, the Resident Evil series definitely seems like there's a lot to dive into there. So that should be fun. Again, you know, that's the Metal Gear Solid series. Just you know, growing up there was so much good stuff to play, and you know, just couldn't play all of it. And you know, these days I'm trying to get back and playing as much of it as I can. Really been enjoying my adventure through the NES games though. I'm glad to see so many of you have been having fun with it too. But yeah, there's still so many other consoles and so many other series I want to dive deeper into, give it the time and attention it deserves. Oh. Oh! Weird. You guess in the NES version, the high energy laser beam is a power-up icon you get, and then you can switch between the two. You're a mistake. No! So let me actually look at this then. Let me look at this. Now that you mentioned it, maybe there was a section with power-ups or something. Like where's that P that we saw that one time? I want to know what that's all about. You can make your ship more powerful, shoot the P mark. No, that's right. Yeah, you shoot the P, and then the S comes out. If you catch 2 capsules, you'll be transformed into a more powerful ship. Yeah, we've done that. Catch 3 capsules, you'll shoot in 5 directions. The shield. Yeah, so if this is the case, probably then where the arcade version's different. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not counting it out yet. I'll keep pressing select and seeing if anything interesting happens. Thanks for pointing that out, and again, hope you're having a great evening. And again, I should probably read the Japanese manual. It probably has all the information we need to figure this thing out. And again, now that I don't have the 5-way shot, I can actually get some bonus items here. There we go. Like, look at all the bonuses we're getting. And now we'll never get a bonus again. What I could do is I could like just take a hit from a bullet, and then I would still have a bit of a shield, but you know, I'd actually be able to shoot forward properly. So, but what you're saying though is that there's like still a better weapon I can find in this game somewhere? Because yeah, sign me up for that. Star Force the sequel, Brady! Say it ain't so, but it definitely feels like it. Or could it, says RC Shaggy. But okay, level 4. Again, I want to find more hidden items, but it seems like with the 5-way shot, it's like impossible. Oh. But see, the 5-way shot's really nice for situations like that. Feet and everything coming down on you. Where? I hear something. Oh, it might be these guys I'm hearing. Look how there's like stars there that were like off screen. I did not expect that guy to move downwards when he was done doing his thing. So I ran right into him. Again, the background being weird again. It's a lot easier to predict the movements of that in this game. Oh, there you go. I'll see if that's a chance to try this again. Oh, see? Like, it forced me behind the background, and I didn't get the bonus art in there. Ooh. What they should have done is when you have the 5-way shot, they should have made it so that each of the bullets is like twice as strong to compensate for the fact that you're only shooting one bullet forward now. So level 4 doesn't end with like the 2 eyes, I don't think. And I really use that as kind of like a benchmark to prepare when the boss is coming. Maybe like multiples of 4 just like that? Alright. The new Mario Party is pretty much the DLC, RC Shaggy. Not even a lie. Not even a lie. We all kept saying, you know, where's the Mario Party Superstars DLC? And they decided to make a new game instead, which, like, fair enough-ish. Like, I'm a weird person who personally prefers new games over DLC, but Mario Party Superstars definitely felt like it was lacking in the content department, so I don't blame anyone who's, like, frustrated about that. Alright, level 5. Can we warp again? As we did that one time. That'd be cool. Oh, where? Where? Oh, these guys, I guess. Now see, when you're being attacked from all sides like that, the 5-way shot is priceless. Now the skulls suck there because your bullets don't go through them. We'll get the eye guy, interesting. And then, you know, that makes it a pain to shoot like the rain and stuff. Nice, okay. RC Shaggy, they're up to Mortal Kombat 10 and 11? That should tell you about how much I know from Mortal Kombat past like the Super Nintendo and Genesis ones. No, you know, fighting wasn't the genre. Again, another one that I didn't play too much growing up, aside from like Smash Brothers. But they were always very interesting games. And again, you know, people wanted like the blood code and stuff. never concerned me too much. But, you know, definitely an interesting moment in gaming history there. But okay, let's see. Oh, I took a hit finally. Let's see how bad that will mess us up. Maybe actually I'll actually get some bonuses or not. I'll run right into the enemies as they spawn. Oh, nice RC Shaggy. Very nice. Oh, look at these guys. And they are a pain. Oh. Nice, okay. Well, if it wants to warp me at any time, I'll take it. Actually, I should be... Oh. I don't know why I did that. I'm just not used to the enemy movements, I guess. Like, I haven't with Star Force. I've seen enough of these guys to always know where they're going to go. The time I made it further than this was when I was kind of hiding behind the background more. Maybe I should return to that strategy instead of just kind of going all out like I am. Now see, I don't think it took us right back to the beginning of the level. Sometimes you kind of hit the start halfway, which is nice. Oh. Like I mentioned, Star Force didn't have as many enemies that spawned from behind. Well, that's great, actually, Shaggy, then. Yeah, there's lots of good fighting games out there. So, definitely lots to dive into, if that's a genre you want to play more of. Perfect. Now I think there's like a bunch of them on the right? Like, yeah, you just can't break any of those Z's when you have this weapon, which almost makes me want to take a hit just so that I can have the nice forward shot. Okay, let's play this safe. I'm gonna hide behind the background more. It's because of the warp zone that we found that one time. I kind of completely changed my mindset tonight into wanting to destroy more stuff. Almost got nailed by him, like we do sometimes. And not playing it more safe, where I can kind of just hide in the background. Has anyone ever played Vertical Force on the Virtual Boy? It had a mechanic where you would constantly be switching between being in the foreground and the background. That was kind of that game's 3D effect. I mean, this almost reminds me of that in a sense, except for the fact that you have no choice of when you're in the foreground or the background, unlike in Vertical Force. Never owned a Virtual Boy RC, Shaggy. I mean, yes. I wish Nintendo had taken more advantage of the 3DS to release games from the Virtual Boy on there. Of course, people have gotten emulators up and running on their modded 3DSs now. And, they say that the Virtual Boy games run really well, so definitely a missed opportunity from Nintendo, unfortunately. So I certainly would have bought some Virtual Boy games. Heck, like, don't even make it a Virtual Console thing. Just release like a compilation card or something. I definitely would have bought that. I have a bunch of different Virtual Boy games. Like, who doesn't want to play Nestor's Funky Bowling? The only game that guy ever started, and it was on the Virtual Boy. What a console to have your only game on. And I always get a good laugh about the fact that there's a Waterworld game on the Virtual Boy, one of the biggest box office bombs. And it's a Virtual Boy game. You're doing so well. And then those guys come in from the sides, and it's just like your day's ruined. Heard something somewhere. Oh, these guys. Hello, Eric. Waterworld is a great movie in your opinion. Yeah, it's like, it's one of those cases where just because it bombed doesn't mean it was bad, right? Funny, a lot of Kevin Costner movies got games. Like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is one that I played on the NES not too long ago. It's funny because that's one where Nintendo Power did like a whole feature on that game, but then I think the movie got delayed for some reason, which meant that the game got delayed. So, like, the game came out like a year after the Nintendo Power feature. But because of the feature, I think like a lot of the movie was, you know, then spoiled before it even came out. Big weird mess like that if you want to ever read into that. But yeah! And also, speaking of Waterworld, it's funny that there's like still a Waterworld water show at like Universal Studios Japan, Universal Studios Hollywood. Even though the movie didn't do well, it's like, you know, they still made a live show based on it. And it still exists to this day, despite the fact that a lot of people probably don't know what Waterworld is anymore. And those guys just come from the side, and it's like, it's not like, you know, there's any time to react to them. You're just punished because you're in the middle of the screen. Let's just hide. Hide as much as we can. Hope you're having a great night, Eric. Thanks for stopping by and for commenting. Again, this looks a lot like the last game we played. I'm so hyped for like different games. I'm just looking at the shelf though. Like the next side scrollers that are like really coming up. Actually, Star Wars is side scrolling. That will be good. But is that? No, that's before before Super Mario Brothers. I always say that when we get to Super Mario Brothers, I'm gonna stream all three of them in one big stream, and also the Star Tropics games. That's like really close. I'm gonna stream both of those, despite the fact that I've beat the first one like a million billion times. And the second one I've beat a few times. It's funny, for the longest time, I didn't realize that there even was a Star Tropics sequel, because they call it Zoda's Revenge Star Tropics 2, and it's just, you know, until I got the internet, it was really easy to not realize that. You know, if you're ever looking in like a magazine for like a list of games or whatever, you know, you're never gonna look under Z to find the sequel to Star Tropics. So, you know, I just never knew there was a second one for the longest time. And again, that was one of those things that, like, again, once I finally got my computer, one of the first things I was looking up was just, you know, classic video games I liked. So I looked up Star Tropics, and that was when I made the big discovery, and then had a mad scramble to try and pick it up. Because as a kid, I always dreamed that there would be a second Star Tropics. So to find out that there actually was one, I just didn't know about it for so long, was really surreal. Now, I like the first Star Tropics more. Second Star Tropics, definitely, I think, it's fine, but it takes away a lot of the things that made the first one special. But still, just to have that experience with those characters again, and a game that still felt pretty Star Tropics-like was really neat. And I look forward to streaming those all and getting them to play. It used to be a thing where I would play like Star Tropics 1, like at least once a year. But since I've started the NES Adventure, I've been so busy playing other NES games that I actually probably haven't beat the original Star Tropics since like 2000. So that will be fun. Give that another play. And the Star Tropics 2 I probably haven't beat for like almost a decade, so that would be cool. RC Shaggy crying. You still need to beat Star Force? No, RC Shaggy, no! We're never talking about that one again. No, actually, Star Force was fun. But definitely, if you haven't seen my live stream of that, whenever I get a winning run, I always make sure I put it in the title of the stream. Plus, it gets added to a winning run playlist. So if you want to see a ton of my NES winning runs, a lot of which are on fairly difficult games, Dragon's Lair, all sorts of crazy stuff. Ghostbusters, Sky Kid, Silver Surfer, which was like surprisingly the easiest NES shmup of them all. Definitely go check out that playlist. I think you'll enjoy it. Alright, here we are, back at level 5. Did a good job of making sure we have like absolutely no lives when we got here. But we do have a 1-up coming up if I can just get a few more points. This should be the boss. You'll take back your comment and make sure we never mention it, says RC Shaggy. It's all good. Like I said, I enjoyed Star Force. Probably one of my favorite NES games, honestly, so you're welcome to talk about it as much as you like. This has also been a fun experience. We just need to get gooder at it. Just can't break those with the 5-way. Which means you're missing out on a lot of points. And potentially also like warp zone potential? If those did have anything to do with the warp zone. Which I'm really curious just how I can make more of those show up. Like, yeah, that one too. Ooh. Even again. You have to see lots of those Z blocks and then just kind of wave by to them. Now that was a funny case where like the Z block was stopping me from shooting the enemy. It's always weird in games where like, good items. No, what am I trying to say? Like items can act as also something bad as well. I always think of the Adventures of Dino Ricky, a game I played way back. And in that game, the items are for some reason solid. To the point where if you spawn an item on screen, like you can't shoot through it afterwards. So it becomes more of a hindrance than anything. Alright, after this, maybe we'll get a 1-up from 200,000? Assuming we can beat this. Ooh. 400 away. Star Soldier looks more interesting. Yeah, there's more to it for sure. Whether I like it more or not, I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Over the next 7 streams where we'll be playing this. No, hopefully not. There you go. It took like one more enemy. Get that one up. Oh, I hear something somewhere. Alright, I accidentally went underneath the world, and I guess I'm not going to complain. Like, again, like if the game puts you under there, I guess you just, take it. So that's happened to me a few times, where like you're dodging the guys coming at you, so I move out of the way, and then some come from behind immediately after and get me that way. And that's an interesting enemy because they kind of follow you. But when you don't have the faster ship, it's tougher to dodge them. Okay, okay. Hi, Diego. Welcome. Hope you're having a great night. Thanks for stopping by. We're getting better at Star Force here. Again, this game only has 16 levels compared to Star Force's 24. That was a ridiculous number of levels to have to beat without a single continue. So we'll see. Hopefully this one doesn't take us like 7 streams like the last one did. So last run, I had this power-up for like a really long time, and that seemed to be a key factor in our success. So never ever lose the 5-way shot. Seems to be a good advice. I wonder what happens if you get like all of the Z items in a level. Might get like some super bonus or something. Oh, I lost my 5-way. That means I actually have to, play some of the game now. There we go. So you can get your 5-way shot back by taking enough hits that you lose your shield, and then the next power-up you get will be the 5-way shot again, plus the shield's back. But if I get a power-up now, it clears all enemies on screen, but won't give me the 5-way shot back. So it's very strange in that regard. We'll see what we can make of this, though. Maybe this will work out. Where's a power-up? Where? Oh, see, I took a hit again. So you can strategically kind of do where, you take a hit right before a power-up item spawns. Because then you know that, the next time you grab that power-up, you'll go back up to the 5-way shot again. But it's risky too. Like, there's lots to consider. Oh, did I call it Star Force, Christian? Oh no. Really weird face enemy RC Shaggy. Yeah, the whole game has some funky stuff going on. I mean, that's just the thing about shmups, is it's like, what are you gonna put in space floating around? And they would just come up with the weirdest things. Are you gonna play the new games added to Nintendo Switch Online? Perfect Dark Force Swords. Yeah, that's another thing we never really talked about. So finally, in North America, we get the mature Nintendo Switch Online N64 app, where Japan, for a while now, with the release of GoldenEye, has had a separate app that you had to download to play that. Because again, when that came out in Japan, I don't think Japan had ratings yet for their games, but I guess now it got an M or whatever, or a C. Japan does like A, B, C, D, and then Z is like their super bad 1 billion% adult content or whatever rating. So I guess when they went back and rated GoldenEye, they gave it a C or whatever, so they had to have a separate app for that. And yeah, so now us, games that are deemed more mature. There's a separate app for that, which we're getting on 64 now. And yeah, the Four Swords Adventures, I definitely want to play the Four Swords. I never really had a chance to do that with that one back in the day. I played a bit of the GameCube one with friends. We never played the whole thing because it's a freaking super long game, and you'll never get friends like come over consistently enough and want to play it to make like any significant progress in that game. Like I've probably seen the beginning of the GameCube Four Swords Adventures, like the first world or so. What's that, 3 or 4 levels? Like 5 times at least. Because that's how many times I tried to get friends into it to play through it, and we just never keep up with it because it's so long. But I would love to play the Game Boy Advance stuff, which I've never really seen. But exactly, RC Shaggy, yes. Yeah, Nintendo Mature. Mario 69 is gonna get added next. There you go. So yeah, now that we have this mature app, a lot of people's mind definitely goes to things like Conker's Bad Fur Day and stuff, which you never know. I mean, we still need, like, Banjo-Tooie before that happens, so... like, I definitely like to see that still. Before anything, but... wow! That guy was mean. Alright, 1 death after 3 levels. If we can keep that pace. But that's what I'm talking about when it comes to Star Soldier. Is there's just no one-ups. Where, you know, we actually had a run in Star Force where we saw the life counter. You know, we were at 9 lives, and then we found out that when you get an extra life when you have 9, it will still count, but the life counter still says 9. Like, that's how many one-ups were in that game. Compared to this one, where it's just like, the game does not want to give you anything. So I don't know, like it's easier in some ways for sure. Why did that block take so many hits? I wonder if it was... maybe it was like a warp zone. I broken it. But you saw that, right? Like that star block was definitely taking a bunch of hits for some reason. That makes me want to break more star blocks in case more of them do that. Or actually, it might not have even been a star block. It might have been one of these like weird snake blocks or whatever. Alright, I think it's big brain time. But I thought that there was a time when level 4 didn't end with 2 eyes like that. Is there like different level layouts? Like, just how much of this game is random and how much of it is predetermined, I wonder. Again, this will all be interesting to find out when I go back and view the stream again. Yeah, Christian, you be down to play some Zelda? Okay, we definitely need to figure out a day for that. Definitely, let's talk about it on the Discord server. If you're not on there, the link's down in the description. You want to get on some of that multiplayer action. We also do like Mario Party 3 stream nights and such, which have always been fun. Again, not sure if I'm going to get the new Mario Party yet. I feel like I need to see more before I commit to that one. Alright, in World 5 here. Back into the second quarter again. So the worst enemy that seems to show up is the one that comes from behind. Because I'm so focused on everything else. But the last thing you're thinking about is like being attacked from behind. Whoa! I wasn't even looking at the sides of the screen. I almost got crushed by that guy. That would have been bad. Ooh. And those guys too. Oh, Christian! What? Christian! Whoa! Thank you, Christian! $70 US super chat. I gotta give that a heart. Again, I don't know what the heart does, but I gave it one. Thank you. And hopefully Streamlabs kicks in a second and gives us a big celebration for that. I really appreciate that, Christian. That's really, really, really kind of you. New Mario Party it is then, everybody. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Does it have an actual date? But thanks again, Christian. Like, whoa. That really means a lot. Hope you're having a great night and enjoying the stream. And hopefully Streamlabs kicks in any second. Some nights it's like on the ball, and then like other nights it just takes like, hey! Woohoo! It takes like 4 years to finally do the notification. Thank you, Christian, so much. Of course, it's thanks to Christian that we were doing all the Mario Party streams. Last time I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Last time I played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on stream, though, like no one wanted to join. I think everyone's finally got burned out of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Everyone's sick of it now. And if it's bad, we can all complain about it together, says Christian. There you go. You heard it here first. All right, let's have a good run now. These dog bone guys are a pain. But at least they die in one hit. Again, one of the weirdest things about this game is the enemies that take multiple hits. One dude. Oh, and another dude, apparently. But thank you again, Christian. October is... Oh, okay, October. Interesting. Nice, it's this year. Yeah, that's the funny thing, is that I couldn't believe just how many of the games in the Direct were coming out later this year, right? Again, I guess they want to get them all out before the Switch 2 and such, but that's where you really need that 5-way shot there. Was there any games announced for 2025? Did Mario and Luigi have a release date? It might have been a little bit later. But otherwise, like most things were 2024, like the Zelda game. I was shocked when they said 2024 on that one. But yeah, again, I guess they don't want anything competing with the Switch 2. Come on, where's all my Z blocks? That's how you get the big points. That's how you have a really good run, it seems. You hit a bunch of those. Do the back ones even work? I feel like sometimes the bullets that shoot from that shoot behind don't actually destroy anything. There it seemed like they worked a little bit. But wow, October, huh? Yeah, I guess we have to, because we've had so much fun with Mario Party. It only makes sense to get that one too. Maybe a new Mario Kart game for the new Nintendo console, RC Shaggy. The problem is that it'd be such a hard task to like live up to what Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has become, right? Like, why would you buy a new Mario Kart game that has like, 30 new tracks in it, when you could buy Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that has like 100. So I think they're really gonna have to come up with something new and innovative for the next Mario Kart game. And what I always say is it needs to have more of like a adventure campaign, kind of like Diddy Kong Racing style, that would motivate me to get it. That would really impress me. You'd be like, okay, this is something that the other Mario Kart games to this point haven't had. But to just do, you know, more of the same, like a few new tracks, I feel like most people wouldn't be impressed by that because of just how incredible Deluxe has been. But maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about either. We shall see, I guess. But yeah, you know, naturally you would expect a new Nintendo console to get a new Mario Kart game at some point. Unless they just do like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and it just has all the tracks from, you know, the DLC bundled in or something. That wouldn't surprise me either. I do every time. That happens to me every time. And it's just such a run killer, such a momentum killer too. Like, I'm just having fun and then those guys come from the side and ruin everything. Alright. You don't do that when you have the power up. I wish that, you know, I wish I could press select and shoot a big laser, as Nora was mentioning earlier. Oh, I wonder if you defeat both eyes if like something cool happens. I don't have any shield right now, so even normal bullets aren't going to do me any good. Oh, Metroid Prime 4 is coming next year. Interesting. Interesting. And, you know, be careful, though. You know, getting hyped. It feels weird getting hyped about Metroid Prime 4. You know, if they like to put, like, 7 years in between, you know, talking about it. Could always get canceled again. Something was there. It just took like a million hits to appear and I didn't do it. Oh, something. Somewhere. Oh, okay. Like, sometimes I'm just trying to kind of destroy the blocks. But it puts me behind the scenery, and then there goes that plan. Like, see, like that time, I didn't want to go behind the blocks there. Just another case of I have to learn the enemy patterns better. But it's funny because, you know, before I had so much confidence coming into the stream because I did so well when I was just kind of messing around with the game earlier. I guess I had like a really lucky run. I would have grabbed that if I could. They could do a thing in which they added it like the other games. The Wii U games added to the Switch. Well, one thing I think we're not hoping for is for like the first 3 years of the new Nintendo console to just be, you know, porting things from the old Nintendo console. That made sense because the Wii U didn't do so well. I can't imagine they would do the same thing with the Switch, especially if the Switch ends up being, especially if like the new console ends up being backwards compatible with the Switch. So it should hopefully save us from having like that first, few years of very few original games and like all ports that we did have with the Switch. Well, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago when the Switch launched, and we're already talking about the next one. It's crazy. I've run into that guy before. And there's just something about, like, I think I can, get under him and defeat him. But instead I jump right into the harm's way. I didn't even see them coming from behind. Yeah, I just need to get used to the enemy patterns in this game. I'm still in Star Force mode where everything appears from the front. Where there's a lot more kind of horizontal movement from enemies in this game. And again, things coming from behind, which I'm not ready for at all. What else we got going on here? I want to get one more really good run in. So let's make this one a really good run. Not like this one specifically. We're gonna start again from the start. I love that the second the game over text shows up, you can just press start and get right back into it. Like, see, I have a really good thing going here. But then sometimes, like, you just stop shooting. Out of nowhere. So where was that, there's the Z. First Z of the game. Alright, so far we're perfect for Zs. I wonder if I didn't get that one. Maybe I'll just do this. Try and get more Zs. It's 1,000. Again, we missed a Z earlier, so we could have even had a bigger bonus going on. See ya, RC Shaggy. Have a great night. So maybe what I should do is I should get the power up, and if I take a bullet hit, I'll still have a bit of the shield, but I'll also have like this shot, so that's what I'll do. Next time I see the power up, I will grab it. Where? Oh, there's one. Oh, it sounded like there was something there too. The fact that you keep ending up in the background, really stops you from getting like any bonus stuff. I was looking up at the Z, I didn't even see that guy coming. Really invested in seeing what it could make for a good stream. Yeah, I definitely want to do the 4 swords. So we'll have to arrange a day for that. It's funny because normally when Game Boy Advance games and such come out, they announce a day for it. And then, like, you can be prepared for it. Like, the way it's always worked is that Game Boy original games drop, like, the day they're announced. but then N64 games or Game Boy Advance games, they usually give you like a week or two notice. But of course this time, there was no notice at all. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to arrange something in that regard. Okay, I want to make this the run where we actually make some good progress. Where? Oh, there was the Z, okay. You only looked into your player's guide like years ago. So yeah, I'm curious, like to what extent would the player's guide go into the Four Swords part, I wonder. Not Link to the Past. Yeah, actually Link to the Past is one of my lesser played Zelda games, despite the fact that I absolutely loved my first playthrough of it on the Super Nintendo, like way back in the day. I would love to get back to Link to the Past and play more of it again. Because for whatever reason, it's not one I went back to as much as, say, like the 64 ones or the NES ones I beat multiple times. It was a couple of years ago I did a replay of the Oracle games when they were showing. I just can't play for the life of me tonight. When they started showing the new Zelda game in the Direct, I thought that's what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the Zelda Oracle games being remade as everyone had always asked for. But obviously the direction that they've gone with it is cool too. So I hit 1,000. I want to get more. I want to see what happens if I get like a ton of bonus. Where's the next one? Oh, there's 4,000. I don't think I've ever seen beyond 4,000. Well, I might have. Nah, it was on the left. I'm getting both those eyes too. Like maybe just for points. I feel like my whole gaming mentality tonight has been messed up since we realized the existence of warp zones. Everything I do now is just like trying to replicate that. But that's probably not smart. I also need to go behind the scenery more. For some reason I've decided to get really aggressive with my approach, where when I've done better is when I've spent more time in the background and just kind of let enemies go by. Instead of getting in their face, putting myself in harm's way unnecessarily. Whoa! See, there was like a P there. What happened? How did I get powered back up again? Like I found some random like P under the ground. And it took me back to having the 5-way shot. Huh. Like, there's just so much weird stuff going on in this game that I don't really understand. Yeah, see, I knew those guys were coming. They just stay at the very bottom, I guess, is the moral of the story. I try not to be at the very bottom in case people come from behind, but... like, if I'm just a bit up from the bottom, that seems to be when those two guys that come in from the side get you. Yeah, see? Something like that. See, what killed me? I need to see the replay. What even killed me there? Like, I'm just doing my thing. The circle guys come. I move to the bottom of the screen. I don't know what killed me. I'm not even sure what killed me. It's like, you can't touch the bottom. Well, at the same time, you also can't be like a little bit up from the bottom. That's also a recipe for disaster. There's like a sweet spot you kind of just gotta hang out in. How's the music, Christian? I like in Star Force. I really like the music when like you're not powered up, but when you were powered up, the music got repetitive really fast. In this game, the music is fine, either way. Alright, so it put me under, whenever it puts me under, maybe I'll just kind of take advantage of it. Wow, I'm really losing my ability to talk really tonight. Ugh, weird. Mario Party really did me in, on Monday. I talk a lot when we play a game like Mario Party. I like commentating like the whole thing, but my voice just, doesn't always agree with that. Oh! Did you see that? Did you see that? We just picked up a 1-up. Why? Why? I'm sure I've broken these blocks before. And there was never a 1-up there before. I don't understand why things happen in this game. And that's just the problem with it, is it's so random. Yeah, if you can get behind the scenery when it's raining on you, that's golden. Alright. What a troll, says Daniel. I don't get how this game works at all. In terms of like when things appear and stuff. But okay. Now this level 5 is definitely kind of when things start to pick up in difficulty. Look at them coming from behind there. When this enemy formation shows up, I feel like you're just best to stay in the middle. Okay. Ooh. See, like, that could be a momentum killer right there. And those guys get you from off screen, but seem to be doing okay. Those are, like, which are always my famous last words, but... No warp this time, unfortunately. Hello, Fennec. Does holding down the button work just as well as mashing? It's tough to say. It really is. In Star Force, mashing was definitely better. Like, this is holding it. That's pretty good. And that's mashing. Like, yeah, I should probably just be holding it in this game, because the mashing doesn't seem to be as good as it was in Star Force. But I really got into a mood with Star Force where, like, the mashing was even enjoyable in a sense. I was really having fun with it. I'm just really excited to play a game that's not a shmup. Kind of reset my mind, I think. Where I still feel like I'm playing Star Force, but that's probably also a lot because this game feels exactly like Star Force in many ways. It will be weird playing something different when we get there. Hopefully soon-ish. Uh-oh. See, like, the three-way shot is so nice for that. And here's these weird eye guys. Now, I don't like these enemies, so I definitely don't want to die and lose my power-up and have to deal with them. Four lives, that's like a record, I think. Alright, eyes usually mean the boss is coming. Here we go. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna hide back here. I mean, no matter what comes my way, I should be good. Like, we have the power-up already, and yes, there's power-ups up there we could be grabbing. But, like, look how much of the level we get to skip by doing this. This is great. Oh, no! 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 Not like the little millisecond that I peeked out from under the foreground. That guy got me. No way. Ugh. Well, see, now I'm gonna want to be out from the foreground so I can get my power-ups back, right? There we go. Now I can go back under any time. That was annoying. Rain strikes again. Rough bank. Ugh. No! See, that's what I'm talking about with this this underground foreground thing. And it feels like the second you come out from it, there's always something waiting to get you. Now, it's interesting that both times I died and respawned, it was the same enemies I had to fight, I think. And again, it keeps taking us back to this point. Oh, shoot, I didn't get the other power up because I accidentally spawned two at once. Interesting. Now see, it's doing it again. Okay, come on. So I got 2 extra lives. So we got the big head guy coming. Now I could despawn him like instantly by grabbing that S power up. But I'm gonna let him kind of do his thing while I hide back here. Now here's eyes. Does that mean we're at the boss? Yes. Rain Part 2, says Christian. It never ends. It never ends. Like, you know, I could not believe it when I put this game in, and it just looked like Star Force Part 2. I could not believe it. Like, what are the chances? And also the fact that they're, like, right beside each other on the shelf, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, it could have been called, like, Super Force or something. And then we would have played it way later, but no. There was no break from Star Force at all. They had to be right beside each other on the shelf. Like, what are the chances of that? It's always funny when sequels line up like that. Like, Flying Dragon, and then Flying Warriors, which I didn't even realize was the sequel. We're like, you know, one right after another on the shelf. So it was, you know, funny I got to play those, you know, in that order. Where if they had put Flying, you know, if the naming had been different, where Flying Warriors had been on the shelf first instead of Flying Dragon, I might not have even realized they were related. But it was a really funny coincidence when, you know, I went from one game to the next. I was like, oh. Oh, hiding under the world again here. I think we're coming up to the boss. And even if there's just like, you know, a bit of you peeking out there, I think you're good. Alright, here we go. Finally, we're halfway. Again, it's not that hard to get halfway. But just, you know, you start streaming and everything goes downhill. All right, second half, everybody. Here we go. Stage 9. And it's raining. Welcome to the second half. Raining, the eyes are attacking. Guys aren't even like that bad. Like, just kind of dodge a little bit. Oh, wow, more of them. So what does everyone think about how this game works versus Star Force? Is it? I mean, it's kind of nice that I don't have to worry about like blowing up so much stuff. But sometimes levels can be a little bit long too. It seems. And I'm assuming they're only getting longer as the game goes on. Oh, alright. Looks like we're coming up to the end of level 9 here. Okay, level 9. A little better, says Daniel, in regards to how things work. You got this, says Fennec. Thank you. I think, is that it? Have I just, like, gotten over the hump now? It's all downhill? That would be really wishful thinking. Another head guy. So this run was, again, it's been a long run. I think this is still the one where we found that 1-up randomly, right? So is that the thing? Like when I find the 1-up, it's a hint it's going to be a really good run. Like wasn't the 1-up in like a formation like that too? So it's not even like it's consistent that the 1-up always shows up when you see that. Okay, well, we were doing really well until it started raining. Which is a very typical Star Force Star Soldier dilemma to have, it seems. And here it comes again. And in this game, I've noticed you can't just hide in the corner to avoid it, in case you're wondering why I don't do that, like I did in the last game. Just hiding in the corner doesn't protect you from the rain anymore. You must suffer. And, oh, from behind. There are no safe spaces on the screen in this game. Ooh! Almost made the mistake again. Are enemies getting like any more aggressive as the game goes on? I wonder, like, are they shooting more? What is this? It's like a bunch of weird, like, discs. Okay. Nice. Alright. What is that, 6 levels to go? With 0 extra lives? The oranges are deadly. Yeah, those guys are the worst. They look like oranges. I wish the spread shot was a little tighter. Yeah, that's the thing, Fennec, for sure. So it's like really... like, it leaves a lot of gaps. Absolutely. I wish it was just like a really nice forward 3-way shot. Like, ignore the back part. That'd be great. What is this? Like the water level. Well, I mean, look. Oh no, shoot! I didn't know where I was. I thought I was just gonna kind of cruise under. Okay, here we go. Back to the 5-way, which may or may not be a good thing. Oh, well, that was like 3 different types of enemies all at once, which was very fascinating. But still, like, there's lots of room for improvement, and. You know, that was a really good run to level 11. What I think is happening, though, is I think I'm a little worn tonight. A little more than I had expected. You could probably hear it. And I actually do have to get up pretty early. So I think what we're going to do is we've learned a lot about Star Force tonight. We're, like, almost right on the cusp already. Almost 3/4 of the way. I think we're going to come back another night and really knock it out of the park. Tomorrow I'm hoping to do Banjo. Keep an eye out and keep an ear open in case anything prevents Banjo from happening tomorrow, but there should be Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts tonight. And then sometime this weekend we'll probably destroy this one. And then I can finally take a break from shmups. You don't know how much I'm looking forward to that. But again, this is a cool game. A lot of fun. Just, you know, being the immediate follow-up to Star Force is interesting to say the least. So thanks everyone for joining tonight. And thanks again, Christian, so much for that super chat. I really appreciate that. We'll definitely be playing some Super Mario Party 2, or whatever the subtitle was once that comes out. And I'll see you all again soon. So thanks, and have a good one.